Christ. Yeah, I'm up.
Hi, Simon Jarrett?
Yeah, that's me.
My name is David Munchie. We spoke earlier.
The brain scan. I remember.
Are you all right?
Yeah, just a bad dream. Are we still on for today?
Yeah, that's why I'm calling. I wanted to remind you to drink the tracer fluid I sent you. It'll help me capture a better image of the damages.
Don't worry, I got it somewhere.
Okay, great. Well, I'll see you in a couple of hours then.
Okay.
What's up, Lou? Yeah, living there talking head. Coming to you live at Daigo VRified Games. How we doing, Daigo?
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh man, it's going like a hot knife through butter, baby. Alright, what's all this now? What's going on over here?
Well, Ed, today we're playing a game that,
The tracer.
honestly, I thought we would be playing since the inception of VR, but yeah, it's taken over a decade, and not an official release either, it's a mod.
Okay, what is it?
Well, Ed, today we're taking a look at Frictional Games' Soma in VR, thanks to the same team behind Amnesia VR, aka Sclerosis. We have Soma VR, aka Carnasis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tracer fluid,
And
where are
they're using the same method as before, where they're essentially porting it into the Unity engine and using that to get
Cool,
it.
man, yeah. So what do you mean by we should have been playing this earlier? I don't understand.
Well, Ed, the thing with Frictional Games is they are the most VRified games in existence that are not in VR.
Something, huh?
Yeah. All of the games that they've produced, be it the Penumbra series or the Amnesia series, and ultimately their magnum opus, in my opinion, Soma, all of these game series have a level of interactivity, a level of immersion that just screams this is a VR game, but it's not. The use of interaction, the use of physics, the use of the mouse in order to interact with everything translates one-to-one with VR. And there have already been mods in existence for the original Penumbra. There was a mod that's since been abandoned, but it's there, you can play it. Amnesia VR, aka Sclerosis, also proved just how well this translates to VR. And I don't know, when these games came out, when I was playing them and that level of interactivity, I was like, man, just imagine this in virtual reality. Now, yes, they obviously predate the current commercial VR trend that we're in, but you have to remember that VR had been in existence before, and for people of my generation and older, we are aware of what VR is. It didn't start in 2016, okay? It started a long time before that, but it didn't come into fruition until then.
Man, you're rambling again.
So yeah, I was playing these games, and just imagine, instead of a mouse holding this hammer in Penumbra, it's my hand, And I could see it, it just worked in my head. I was like, it's a no-brainer. When VR becomes a thing, this game is going to be in VR. No-brainer. And then, Frictional Games released more games, and they had that same use of physics, that same use of the control system, interactivity, and it just screamed VR to me. This was next level immersion for flat screen gaming. Now that culminated, in my opinion, with Soma. Now Soma, again, in my opinion only, has not been topped. Absolute peak game. So what is Soma? Well, to go into specifics is actually to kind of spoil it. Suffice it to say, it's sci-fi existential horror, and I'm not going to go further into that in terms of what the story is. It's something you have to experience. It's fantastic. Don't let anyone spoil it for you, just play it. Now, why do I say this is the peak or pinnacle of Frictional Games? Well, they've taken everything they've learned and refined it, everything they've done with the previous games, Penumbra and Amnesia, all that series, refined it, distilled it, boiled it down, took what worked, left what didn't behind, and threw it at this game Soma. So you have all that level of interactivity that was there before. It's ramped up. You can now interact with things that you wouldn't think you would interact with. Like you can open, close curtains, opening a door is one-to-one. It's those little things that push it above and beyond other games of its like, other games from its peers that was released at the same time. This is head and shoulders above it. The storytelling is phenomenal. Again, I'm not going to get into it, but there are plenty of twists, turns, and surprises that will keep you on your toes. Not only that, but the official release also had this Tobii eye tracker compatibility. Now, what's Tobii eye tracking? Well, it was basically a camera system that could see where you were looking, basically. It followed your eyes, so you had gaze-based gameplay, essentially. But how it worked in Soma, where you looked, if you stared at a monster for too long, or what have you, the game was registering what you were doing, and it could react accordingly. All very natural, all seamless, making a gameplay experience kind of tailored to you. Now, of course, that's probably not present here in the VR version, but since some VR headsets out there have eye tracking capability, oh boy, it would be nice to get that Tobii eye tracking layer ported over, so to speak. So you got this running on a Pimax, or one of the headsets out there that supports eye tracking or a eye tracking module. Yeah, that would be insane. But back to the mod now. So just like the previous mod for Amnesia, Soma VR or Carnasis takes all those mouse-based interactions and translates them perfectly one-to-one over to your VR motion controllers. They've also added hand models, which really grounds you in place. Now, it's only a demo that has been released thus far, and it's a short demo. It's the introduction to the game. Thankfully, it doesn't go into anything spoilery for the main game, but what it does do is give you a taster of how the game will play. So you can just see from the video here, the level of interactivity. Yes, it feels and plays like a native VR game. And that's exactly how the original game played as well. So the game always had this level of interactivity in mind from the outset. It boggles the mind that we didn't get this into VR.
Oh, I wonder why we didn't.
Well, Ed, it's not for want of trying. I mean, we did try before, and many have tried, running Soma in, say, VR injectors such as Vorpex or Varia Perception, and little to no success.
Oh?
Yeah, you see, the main reason, the graphics pipeline that the game uses was OpenGL, not DirectX, which is the industry standard.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, I always look at OpenGL and DirectX kind of the same way as Betamax and VHS, or for a more modern analogy, HDVD and Blu-ray, for instance. Betamax or HDVD is superior in every way to VHS or Blu-ray. However, cost factor meant that VHS and Blu-ray ended up winning the war. That's kind of what happened here with OpenGL and DirectX. OpenGL, for its time, when compared to DirectX, I feel was a superior graphical pipeline. However, mass adoption ensured that DirectX won.
Oh, okay.
Now, what does that mean for VR injection? Well, in terms of Vorpex at least, it relied on DirectX. That's not to say OpenGL couldn't work. I mean, early versions of OpenGL and those games worked fine because they shared many similarities with DirectX, but as the graphical pipelines matured and branched off from each other, compatibility became more and more impossible. And unfortunately, Soma was one of those things. Now, yes, you could technically play the game with VR injection, but you would not have depth, you would not have 3D, and it would be nigh on unplayable because the mouse is locked to your head as opposed to your hands, and yeah, it just did not work in VR injection. But I'm baffled that it took this long to get a mod or a port of this game. Like, honestly, I thought some boffin out there would have done it by now, just given how much of a no-brainer it would be to have this game in VR. Like, it was already, the blueprint is there. It's essentially made for VR before VR was a thing. But anyway, finally we're here. We can play this thing, albeit at the moment just the demo, just the introduction. And links in the description if you guys want to play it yourselves. Installation couldn't be simpler. It really is a case of download it, extract it into the game folder, and run the Carnasis.exe, not Soma.exe, to get into VR. Absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait for the full game. If you guys have played the full game, you know where I'm coming from, you know why. For those new to it, you gotta trust me. If you've played Amnesia VR from these guys, yeah, Soma is on another level. It takes all of that, ramps it up. Without going into specifics, in my opinion, Soma is the pinnacle of what frictional games were doing when they started with the Penumbra all the way through to the Amnesia series. It all led to Soma. So yeah, that's it. Get playing. So I guess we're going to leave it there, you guys. Like, comment and subscribe. If you have any thoughts, queries, any critiques, put them down below. If indeed there are any games you'd like us to look at VRifying in the future, put those down below and we will presumably get back to you eventually. You can also follow us on TikTok for our adventures over there, which are basically condensed versions of what we do over here. And yeah, follow us on all social medias. All links will be in the descriptions, and yeah, looking forward to seeing you there also. Alright, VRified Games out.
Y'all, listen up. Exclusive deal time. If y'all in the market for a meta headset, accessory, or game from the store, check out our affiliate links in the description for some money off on those bad boys. Not only will you get a sweet little discount on any of the sales, but we also get a little something, you know what I mean? It'd be much appreciated. Help the channel out. Thanks, y'all. Yeah.
VRified